Hi, today we are going to discuss about MongoDB database connectivity. First, we are going to discuss about introduction to NoSQL. What is NoSQL? Basically, SQL defines structure query language. So, whereas NoSQL defines not only structure query language, it is a category of database management systems that do not follow the traditional relational database structure. It is designed to handle unstructured and semi-structured data to provide the flexibility and to support the horizontal scaling. Basically, some problem may be arise with the joins, inner joins and outer joins. So, in order to provide the flexibility between one table to another table connectivity, they have designed the not only SQL. NoSQL databases are often used for applications with large amounts of high data transaction rates or needed of rapid development cycles. Basically, if you are going to consider, there are many software life cycles are there, DevOps life cycle, rapid prototype, waterfall model, and many more life cycles are there. Among that, it is used to maintain the connectivity between any database. So, for a full stack purpose, most of the people are using NoSQL database. Why Node.js and MongoDB? Now we are going to discuss the tutorial of Node.js and how we can able to connect the interconnectivity of Node.js and MongoDB. We are going to discuss right now. So it is having a relationship like PHP and MySQL. So here Node.js is having a NoSQL database connectivity. It is having a better performance for retrieving the data. So next, combining the technologies enables efficient, scalable applications. Types of NoSQL. First one is document-based SQL. So here it stores data as a documents. For example, it usually uses a JSON format or BSON format or XML format. In these three formats, you can able to store the document-based model. And example, MongoDB is one of the document-based model, and CowDB. Next, key value stores. So basically, in Python, you may have learn about dictionaries, where dictionaries are going to store the key value pairs. In a similar manner, store the key value pairs like dictionary or a map. Example, Redis Cache and DynamoDB. These two are the huge databases which are used in the AWS and Azure technologies. If you use GCP also, Google Cloud, it also used to support the big data. Next, column family stores the data in the columns rather than rows, making it is suitable for analytics. You can able to perform the database analytics, graphical generation, all the things you can able to use this kind of column family stores. Example, Apache, Cassandra and HBase. These two are the column family stores. Next, graph databases. It is designed to handle data whose relationships are best represented as graphs, nodes, and edges. Example, Neo4j and ArangoDB. So these are the graph-based databases. When to use NoSQL? Large scale data. Basically, if you are having a huge databases, at the time your application should handle large volumes of data or complex data types. Example, logs, generated content, etc. In order to handle large database, and also you need a fastest time to in order to retrieve the databases and storing the databases. So that is the main issue when you are facing a normal traditional databases. It cannot able to store a huge databases. It will making a time taking process. Next, unstructured data. If data is in unstructured manner, so what you need to do? You need to make it in a structured format. If, for example, data is unstructured or semi-structured, such as JSON documents or key value pairs, it is better to use. Next, flexibility schema. If schema of your data changes frequently, For example, number of rows and columns based upon availability and based upon the necessity on demand. So what we need, data should be flexible manner in order to make additions and deletions, and based upon the new changes applicable for the application. For that purpose, it should be have a flexibility. Next, scalability. If you need to scale out horizontally rather than vertically. For example, you need to scale the data. So number of rows will be keep on increasing. So rather than number of number of columns will be increasing rather than number of rows. So like that, you need to have a scalability. So you can able to extend the data. So whenever it is necessary. High performance. If your application requires low latency response or needs to handle the throughput workloads. Next, about MongoDB and its features. First one is a document based store. Data is stored in the JSON format. So here JSON stands for JavaScript object notation, whereas JSON stands for binary script object notation. So next, allowing for nested data structures, high performance. MongoDB can handle large amount of data with high performance, providing fast read and write operations. Horizontal scalability supports threading, which allows data to be distributed across many servers. For example, if you go cloud, AWS or Azure technology, data may be distributed among the different servers. There is no single location. So whenever based upon your availability, you can able to contact the nearest server. The other servers may be used as a backup. Flexible schema, already we have discussed. You can able to modify the schema without whatever the modifications done by the user, you can able to modify, so without requiring the full database migration. Replication. MongoDB supports master slave replication and automatic failover for high availability. For example, if your data is crashed, so at that time some other location you can able to replicate the data, so that you can able to restore from that particular point. So that is also available in the MongoDB. Aggregation framework. It provides powerful way to access and process the data with the MongoDB aggregation pipeline. Full text search. Built-in indexing and full text search capabilities are available. Next, geospatial indexing. It supports spatial data for location-based queries. For example, based upon the Amazon Web Services, if you see Amazon Web Services, so what will happen? So it support the different locations. For example, you are in the Mumbai location. If you have selected, so if you have selected US2 time zone, so like that you can able to select the different location. So and based upon the location, you can also retrieve the data. For example, and English US, English UK. So like that, based upon the location also you can able to change the language and keyboard layout. Next, ad hoc queries. MongoDB supports a rich query language for searching, filtering and sorting the data. So it is also can able to sort out the flexible to write the queries also. Requirements of Node.js and MongoDB. For example, if you want to work with the Node.js and if you want to work with the MongoDB, so what are the basic requirements? So ensure that first step is ensure that you are having a version 4.x or later versions should be installed. So next, you need to install the MongoDB JS driver. This is required for interacting the MongoDB from Node.js. Next, creating a Atlas cluster. So you can able to create Atlas cluster. So you can able to have a quick set of cluster trying a development purposes. Acquiring connection information. So obtaining the MongoDB URI connection. You can able to have a uniform resource locator, so that you can able to add the things from the cluster. Connecting to MongoDB database. So here you can able to import the Mongo client. This module is used to interact with the MongoDB databases. Creating the main function. Define the asynchronous main function to handle the database connection. Next, listing the database. You can able to retrieve the list of databases available in the cluster. Saving and executing the code. So you can able to save the script to run the connection. So here you are having a step-by-step approach to for the connections. So first thing is you can able to download the MongoDB. So now if you are going to open the MongoDB Atlas, so you can able to have a connection. So where you can able to use the localhost, so 27017. So which is the basic thing, and you can able to create a name, and you can, if you want to set a color, you can able to set, and you can able to save and connect the database. Next, here I have given a specific color, name Pradeep, and the color which I am preferring is red. Next, so here the list of databases will be appeared. So Pradeep is a database name which I have already given, and these are the default things which are already established: admin, config, and local. So if you want to establish any new connection, you can able to add a connection over here. Next, it is going to show welcome to Atlas, let us build something great, and you can able to see, so what is the learn MongoDB, and here you need to choose whether what you are using. So I am not a software developer or something. So what programming language you are primarily building on MongoDB. You can able to select the multiple languages among this one: C, C Sharp, C++, Go, Java, JavaScript, Kotlin, Mongoose, and PHP, Python, Ruby, and whatever the language specific you are using, you can able to select that one. So next, what programming language you are preferring with? You can able to select whatever the programming language you are using, and type of the project you are using. So user activity, time series. Next, vector embedding, streaming data, location, geospatial data, whatever the thing you can. Next, serverless, you can able to use the IoT edge computing, AML enriched service, and event driven service, search engine service, and microservices. These are the different things to establish. Next, you can able to add some one more database by clicking the adding the database, name of the database, and the connection name, collection name. So here what I am creating, employee DB is the name of the database, and the collection name is examples. So now what it will be creating, employee DB is one database will be created, and the collection will be created. So now time series database. So what is time series database? Time series data is a sequence of data points in which insights are gained by analyzing changing over time. So time series data is generally composed with these components: time, when the data point was recorded; metadata, so it is a label where the tag identifies the series of data, so that may change rarely. Metadata is stored in the meta field. You cannot add meta fields to time series documents after you create them. So once if you create, you can able to modify them. So for more information, you can able to check the meta field behavior and selection. So you can able to see this one example. You can able to see here stock data, stock price, next stock ticket exchange, and so on. So weather data, weather website viewers. So like that you can able to see view count, temperature, stock price, so stock ticketer, sensor identifier, location, uniform resource locator, and so on. So here we have created employee DB is a database name. Examples is the name of the collection. So here we have two options. First one is import JSON or CSV file. CSV means comma separated variable. So where are values where you can able to import the Excel sheet, or you can able to insert the document by using a JSON formatting also. Next, you can able to create a collection and name of the collection is employee. You can able to create the collection also by using this one. So here I have created a employee as a collection and create collection. If you want to drop the collection, you can able to drop the collection. Here collection was created emp. So now if you click drop collection, you can able to drop the collection. So next, MongoDB Compass. MongoDB Compass is a graphical user interface that allows user to explore, query and manipulate the MongoDB easily. It is ideal for managing databases hosted on MongoDB Atlas or local MongoDB instances. So key uses of MongoDB Compass are, so it is easy to maintain and you can able to create the databases and collections easily, and you can able to add, update and delete the documents and manage the indexes. So based upon the index, you can able to optimize the query and performance. Next, query database, you can able to build queries. So you can able to create a simple interface by filtering the query data and aggregation. So use the drag and drop interface for building a complex aggregation pipelines. Next, schema visualization. So you can able to visualize the schema. Based upon that, you can able to generate the analysis and graphical user interface and graphs, pie charts and so on. So next, here we are having a step-by-step approach for connecting the MongoDB. So what are the basic steps? First step is import Mongo client. So how you are going to import the Mongo client? So here constant Mongo client require MongoDB. So now which particular database you are going to create? The name of the database you are going to interact with is MongoDB. So require MongoDB. So here what is the thing which we are using? Constant Mongo client. So next, here we are importing the Mongo client. Next, main function. So main function with the connection uniform resource interface. So what we are going to connect? So next, client dot connect to MongoDB. So next, listing databases. So how you are going to list the database? After successful connection, you are going to list the database. Constant database list and await client db dot admin dot database name. So we are going to store under the admin and we are going to list the database whatever the database are running. Next, saving and running the file. So how you are going to save and run the file? So here we are going to save the file name followed by .js. So extension name is .js. Only we are using. Now creating the MongoDB. So how we are going to create the MongoDB? There are two ways which you can able to create. You can able to use a sample documents, the name of the particular employees. So here we have created a different employees names. Pradeep, Divakar, Dishan, Parnika, Mivan, Kaushal and Mahi. So these are the names which we have created. So next, the same thing if you want to use in the JSON format. So here we have used in the normal curly braces and end with the curly brace. So now JSON script we have started with the square brace and we have entered in the square brace. The remaining thing just we have included in the double quotes. So remaining all the things are same. So text is separated by the double quotes and value is separated as by colon. So here employee ID 1. So colon followed by ID. So next colon followed by name. So here by using a key value pairs only we are using. So here numerical value 1 to 7 it is taking, and here everything it is treated as a string. So here if you are going to notice everything is separated by the comma. So and each and every particular thing is started with the flower brace and ended with the flower brace. So every particular field will be identified by the comma, so that it will be treating it as a first row, second row, third row, fourth row and so on. like that it will be considering. Next, so how to insert the document. If you want to insert the document, you can able to directly go to this particular employee database. In employee database, you can go for the examples, and where I am going to click the add data, so that you can able to insert the document. So now I have copied the JSON file here, and I am going to press the insert, so that I am going to insert the data. So otherwise here you can able to build a model and interact with the data. So next, step by steps approach. So how you are going to create the MongoDB. So now let us see how you are going to download. So now here you are having a downloading the version of MongoDB. So I am going to copy this particular URL. I have copied this URL and I am going to paste it here. So now I am going to click the MongoDB. So now here there are two versions, community download, try Atlas. So whatever the thing, both are same. So I am going to sign up with the Google. So already I have an account, Google account. So now it is going to show directly. So because it is going to consider, I have already downloaded the database. So now you can able to see. So connect. If I am going to click the connect, so I can able to connect the address. So now it has shown. So I have created the organization settings. So I have added the particular project 0, so user and so on. So now I am going to select the Microsoft interface MSI download. So here we are we have downloaded the MongoDB. So now next we need to download the Mongo shell. So next, if you are going to type the version, Mongo shell version will be displayed. So next, Mongo, if you can able to type the Mongo sh in the command, it will be showing. If you have already created any databases, it will be, if you type the command show dbs, it will be showing the database commands. So if I have created any database, name of the database is Pradeep, I can able to switch the database, use Pradeep. So next, if the database doesn't exist, so what you can able to create? You can able to create a DB collection. Name of the database is employees. You can able to create the database. So if you want to install this particular module in the database, you can able to use a npm space install MongoDB, so that you can able to install the MongoDB in your PC. So now how you are going to set the path? So here you can able to set the path, username, path, and the variable path is program files MongoDB server 8.0 bin. So up to here you need to set in the environment variables and system variables. But if you are doing like Java in the environment variables, you are committing a mistake. So what you need to do? So you need to go to the MongoDB. So here you need to edit the system variables. So here you have to select the system variables. Among that you need to click a new. So if you are going to click the new, so then it will be opening the data, and you need to mention the MongoDB which will copy it up to the bin. C drive / program files MongoDB server 8.0 bin. Next, if you have done, you can able to click OK. So then it will be done. So now whenever if you are going to type the version of MongoDB, so what you are typing MongoD -- version. It is going to show the version of MongoDB, whatever the thing is specified in the JSON script, it will be showing. So now it is going to show the C drive users GPR. So like that it is going to show. So next, Mongo sh. So what you have to download after that one? Mongo sh also you have to download. So if you are going to type mongo sh in your command prompt. So it is going to show the which version you are using, what is the IP address of your system. So here 127.0.0.1 colon 270.270.17 will be shown. It means that you are going to type the localhost. So it has shown for localhost some IP address MongoDB shell. So test is the basic command which will be shown in your command prompt, or if you are using a Linux terminal. So next, show dbs. So show dbs is a command where you can able to see the database. So show dbs, whenever you are typing, it is going to show whatever the databases I have created. Name of databases employee, admin, config, local are the databases which is created by default by that one. Now I want to use a employee database. So what is the name of the database? Employee DB is the name of the database. So what I need to do? So I need to connect to this one. So what I am typing, command use employee DB is the command which I am using. Next, server side task and client side task. So what is server side task? So create a database with the username and password. So it has to identify the server username and password. Create a database with the collections. So you need to create the database with connections. So next, connection string which will be used by the MongoDB Atlas to connect the MongoDB database. So you need to use that particular Atlas. Next, client side tasks. So what are client side tasks? Get the connection from the MongoDB server. So it means you need to get the MongoDB server connection from the server which in your local host. Use the connection string to connect the server. So you have to use the connection string to connect the server and perform the database maintenance and query activities. So next, MongoDB database operations. So you can able to use DB, already we have done, and show DBS. So you can able to show the database, and if you want to drop the database, it doesn't require anymore. You can able to drop the database. So make sure that whenever you are dropping, important things may be lost. Next, use DB. So you can able to see the name of the current database. So if you are going to type the use DB, so you can able to type the DB in order to see the current database name. Next, creating a collection. So how do you create a collection? So in order to create a new collection with the database, you are going to type the command create db.create collection. So here you are going to specify the collection name, so that you will be typing the name of the collection. Now here db.create collection users. For example, user is the name of the collection. You are going to create the users. So next, create a capped connection. So for example, for fixed size collections, for example, data may not be compressed or resized. So you can able to use a capped connection with size and the maximum fields. So how much is the maximum fields you can able to create? So here we are having a syntax create db.create collection. So logs. So here capped is 2 and the size is 1 lakh. So here you have used a, so 10 lakhs is the size of the database. So next, maximum is 5,000. So like that you can able to specify among the capped collection. So next, list collection. You can able to list all the collection by using a show collections. This command if you are using, it will be showing the collections. Next, dropping the collection. If you want to drop the database, if doesn't require anymore, so then you can able to use this query db.collection name, whatever the collection name you have created. For example, employee. So employee dot drop. So you are going to drop the collection of this particular employee. Next, MongoDB document operations. So how you are going to create a MongoDB document operations? Already we have seen. So we have seen the how to insert the data using the JSON script. So now this is the script which we are going to insert in the command. So here db.employee, so name of the database is employee. So now collection is employee, insert many. So now you are going to insert many things into this particular field. Employee ID where you have specified 1 to 7, and employee name which we have specified the Pradeep, Divakar, Dishan and so on. So whatever the names we have given, that one will be created. So next, verify data. To check if the documents are inserted correctly, you can able to use a find command to retrieve all the documents. So now db.employee file. So whenever if you are going to type the find command, so then it is going to retrieve whatever the list you have inserted. So you can able to also use pretty method in order to format the output in the better readability. So among that, find followed by dot. So next we have mentioned the pretty, so that it will be better readable format. For that you are using a pretty. Next, counting the documents. So in order to count the documents, how many numbers you have inserted, db.employee.count. So where it is going to show the count. So to find the single document based on condition, you can able to show whatever the employee ID is 3. For example, we have inserted the employee ID 3. So Pradeep, Divakar, Dishan. So for example, Dishan is the employee ID 3. So you are going to find the employee ID who is having 3. For example, if you want to update the document of the particular employee, so whose employee ID is 3. So his already existing name is Dishan, and now what you are doing, so update one. So update one is a command. You are going to update that particular employee ID whose employee ID is 3, and you are going to set the new values. So set employee name is Dishan Reddy. It means earlier his name is Dishan, now we have updated to Dishan Reddy. Next, deleting the document. So in order to delete the document, employee dot delete one, employee ID 5. So whose 5 is ID is 5, that particular 5 will be deleted. Next, dropping the collection. If you want to drop entire collection, you can able to drop db.employee.drop, so that it will be dropped entirely. So now comparison of MongoDB with SQL. In normal traditional databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL or SQL Server, data is stored in the form of tables. So that is having a rows and columns. Each row represents a record and each column represents a field of the record. However, MongoDB NoSQL database, so there are no tables. So instead of, MongoDB uses a database, connections and documents. These are the three formats it is using. So SQL table is equal to the MongoDB collection. So in SQL relational database, we call database. So here MongoDB is also database. Table is called collection, row is called document, column is called field, schema is required in SQL, whereas schema is not required. So it is schemaless in MongoDB. It uses SQL. Here it uses a JSON or binary JSON format. So here we are having a comparison of MongoDB and MySQL. So for example, if you want to create a table, you need to create a table. Name of the table is employee. So here you have set employee ID, name, primary key and all the things you are going to set. So later on, how many number of columns you want to insert, you are going to insert. So here integer means accepting any numeric value 1, 2, 3. So next particular column name is employee name. It is accepting varchar. It means Pradeep, Divakar, Dishan, whatever the fields you have inserted, that will be used. In the case of MongoDB, what it is using? So you are using a name database, use employee DB. Here you are going to use a db.employee documents, insert many. So insert many is a command, by that itself you can able to insert directly fields. No need to define varchar, employee, date and all the things. So no need to define. Directly you can able to specify only if it is a numeric field, so you will not giving any double quotes. If it is a non-numeric field, non-numeric field, you will be placing in the double quotes. These three things are non-numeric field. So in order to identify it as a string, we have given the double quotes. Employee ID 1, employee name, employee ID, employee name, employee ID, employee name, employee ID, employee name. So only we have given separated by colon and separated by comma. Comma identifies as the separator between the field to field. So here what is the name of the field? So what is the name of the column? Column name is field, row name is document. Next, installing the MongoDB modules. Installing the npm modules and closing the connection. So now in order to install this particular one, for example Mongo driver installation. So in order to use that one, so first you have to install the MongoDB in the Node.js driver. So what you need to do, for example, if you are in the path cd space node programs, so that you have to use the node programs within the double quotes, so that you will be switching. Next, npm install MongoDB, you will be installing the MongoDB. npm install MongoD, you will be installing the MongoD. So if you want to type Mongo, you can able to type, some commands will be appearing. In case of Linux, this will work, otherwise it won't be work. To close the connection, use MongoDB client to establish the connection with the MongoDB. So next, close the connection if the operations are completed. Here we are having an example. Where client Mongo require MongoDB. So what is the database you are using? So MySQL or MongoDB. MongoDB you are using MongoDB. So now here you are using Mongo client. So now where URL. So what is URL? Uniform resource locator. So MongoDB colon localhost 270.17 is the localhost IP address which is given by default by the MongoDB. Now slash separate the name of the database, employee DB is the name of the database, slash examples. Examples is the name of the collection. So collection which we have given. Next, Mongo client dot connect. So URL. So what is URL? URL is MongoDB localhost 270.17. This is the URL. So next, function is accepting two arguments, error or client. So we will be connecting the client, Mongo client, otherwise it is going to generate an error. If error, so if error persists, what it is going to do? It is going to show the error in connecting the MongoDB error. It is going to return. Otherwise, it is going to show a console log message, MongoDB is connected, constant DB equal to client.db. So next, connection close. So in order to connect the database, what you are using? Step 3. So Mongo connection, URL, function, error, client. Next, so console log is going to display the log message. So next, using the MongoDB driver which we are using, specifying the URL which we have specified, localhost 270.17 employee DB examples. Finally, closing the connection. So how we have closed the connection? Constant DB equal to client DB client dot close. So which you are closing? We are interacting with the server, but you are client. Next, installing npm modules and closing the connection. So now here what we are doing. So first thing is locate the modifying the configuration file. So it is usually found in the MongoDB where you have installed. C drive, program files, MongoDB server 8.0/bin. So now you are going to open the text editor notepad. So now under the security session, and you are going to type the following: security authorization enabled. So under the security, you are going to type security authorization is enabled. So next, what you need to do, you are going to restart the MongoDB service, so that you are going to type the Windows or command prompt will be appeared. So now we are going to type the restart MongoDB. Now you are going to create an admin user. So open the MongoDB shell and you are going to run use admin. So next you are going to create a user. So next user is admin user, password is secure password. So roles, you can able to create a role, user admin any database. It means user can able to edit any database. Next DB is name of the database is admin. So connecting with the authentication. So after restarting the MongoDB with the authentication enabled, you will need to restart the using the credentials. So next MongoSH username admin. Next user password secure password. So next authentication admin. So you are going to authenticate the database admin. So what we have done here, use admin. So next DB create user. So now we have created a role admin user. So next password is secure password, roles user admin database, DB is my admin. So it has shown the status OK 1. It means it has created. So verifying the access control, attempt to perform the operation without logging in a unauthorized access which is restricted. Next, installing npm modules and closing the connection. You can install the npm modules. So you can able to install npm MongoDB, cd node programs. You can able to type, and you can able to type npm dot install npm modules npm init y. So here you can able to use this particular step in order to use that one. If you want to close this one, use MongoDB client to establish the connection. So finally you are going to close. So the same program which we have created, and we have created replaced the URL. So what we have replaced the URL with the MongoDB Atlas. If you are using the MongoDB Atlas, where I am going to replace the URL MongoDB server username, server password. So now cluster MongoDB.NET employee DB retrieve writes is to next majority. You are going to connect the URL error client. So this is also previous one only. If connection is true, it is going to show. If false, so if error is existing, it will show error. So otherwise, it will show console.log. So this connected to MongoDB Atlas. Finally, it is going to show a message MongoDB Atlas. So now here you are having a installing npm modules. So there are basic steps which how you are connecting. Log into MongoDB Atlas. Next, so now you are going to open your account. So whatever the account name you have given, so that one we will be login with your Gmail or whatever. Next, navigate the project. So where we have created a cluster. So next, get the database user credentials. So now in the left hand navigation bar, you can able to click the database access. So next, you can able to see list of database users we have created. You can able to click add new database user. So you can able to create a database. Next, username and password for the database user. So next, use the credentials to connect the cluster form of your Node.js application. Next, connection string format. For example, you are going to use a my password 123. So your connection string will be looking like this. So here require MongoDB, same as previous. MongoDB URL. So here you need to specify the MongoDB Atlas URL. So password user ID I have created. So MongoDB server, my user, password 123 cluster. So here it is going to show MongoDB.NET employee DB retrieve rates majority. So next MongoDB connection URL function error client are the two parameters. If error exists, so it is going to show error in connecting MongoDB. Else it is going to follow these two steps. it is going to show connected to MongoDB Atlas. After that, it has to close the database connection. Constant database client DB. So next you are going to close the client dot close database name. Next, third one, querying the MongoDB. So how you are going to query? So you are going to create a query. So find to array error result. So your to array is going to index. So it is going to list all the employee names, and finally it is going to generate the result. So it is going to print the results to the console. Next, inserting the documents to the collection. So earlier we have not inserted in this one. We are going to insert. So employee insert one. If you are inserting the many, it should be in the structured format. You can able to insert. Otherwise, you can able to type the insert one. It will insert only one particular row. So employee ID is 8. Employee name John. So now here it is going to generate to accept to or error response. So if error, it is going to throw, it uses exception handling code, it throws an error, else it is going to show document is inserted. So now if you see here, employee is 4, employee name is new employee, so where that one will be inserted. So what is the name we have given? Employee ID 8, John is the name of the employee which we have inserted. Next, updating documents. Already we have inserted one. So now what we are doing, the same one we are updating the Joshua. So existing name we are going to update with the Joshua. So now by using the update one, we are going to update the name of the employee. Deleting the document collection. If you want to delete the document collection, you are using a delete one. Employee ID is 5, where it is accepting error and response. So if error exists, it throws an error. Otherwise, it is going to show a message document deleted. So this is up to MongoDB creating, inserting, updating, and deleting the documents.